later on this evening. 29 cars signed into the pit area here tonight at this 3/8 mile, and the crowd is starting to make their way here into the grandstands. I am Chase Rodman. Here in just a few moments, you'll be listening to Tony Laporta. Down in the infield, we've seen two really good races so far this week. Obviously, the first one on Thursday night, the last quarter slider between Aaron Reitzel and Tanner Thorson. And then last night, Rico Abreu able to rebound after what was not a night that those guys were looking for on Thursday. Came out of the B main. He was the hard charger. But then last night, he comes up through the field, a race with three different leaders. Abreu able to get the win, what was his 6th of the year. And so himself, Tyler Courtney, and Tanner Thorson, those three drivers are locked into the heat races tonight. They don't have to qualify. But what I'm getting at is so far this week, we've seen two really good features. I've only been here 4 times, and all 4 have seen very good races, and we expect to see that same thing happen again here tonight for the finale of the Diamond Classic. We're so glad you're joining us here on FloRacing as we are right here in the middle portion of our season. This is race number 22 of 52 here in 2025 as you get a look on our drone shot here of the pit area that is full of 29 of the best sprint car drivers on the planet. Let's take a look at the weather forecast here for tonight. It does look very nice, 78 degrees, a little bit of a breeze coming through here at 10 miles per hour, and overcast clouds. So haven't really seen the sun a whole lot today. It's been mostly cloudy throughout the area, but we have not seen any of that wet stuff falling from the sky, which was a big issue yesterday. So we're already off to a better start than we were one night ago. Here's an order of events for you. We've got hot laps and qualifying. First thing on the track, we'll have 3 heat races tonight with the 29-car field. Each of those heat races will be 8 laps in distance and transfer the top 6 cars into the feature. Then we'll have a dash. That dash will be 7 laps in distance. The B main also 12 laps. We'll transfer the top 6 out of that as well. And then the feature will be 35 laps for $25,000 to win here on the finale of the 2nd annual Diamond Classic here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Here are some of the track facts that you need to know about what is the greatest facility, in my opinion, in the United States. 2001 was the year that it opened up, 3/8 of a mile, and the track record set at this event last year by Rico Abreu. The time at 12.829 seconds, and I'll tell you, they were very close to breaking that track record last night. Aaron Reitzel, 12.869, just about 6/100ths of a second off of the track record that was set here last year by Rico Abreu. And Tony, speaking of Rico Abreu, Tony Laporta, our pit reporter down in the infield, I was talking to Rico earlier on in the pit area. A young fan came up, asked for Rico's autograph. I was standing next to him. He said, "Hey, can I get your autograph too?" I thought, oh man, this guy, he likes my announcing. And I'm like, "Sure, man." He's like, "Are you a driver?" And I said, "No, I'm not a driver." But that is the coolest thing that's happened to me all week long. A guy thought that I was a race car driver. Did that happen to you today?
No, actually it hasn't, Chase. The coolest thing that has happened to me was going to get lunch with you and Jake Ingram and some of the rest of the officials here with Kubota High Limit Racing, and I think the rest of the day is going to stay pretty cool. But I love that you talked about getting a chance to check in and hang out in the pit area with Rico Abreu. I think you talked about at the beginning of the broadcast, you said, hey, we're getting ready to award one lucky race car driver with $25,000 if they get out of here with the checkered flag and are the first across the finish line tonight. I'm going to disagree with you. I know I don't do that very often, but tonight, whoever leaves here with $25,000, well, it's going to have nothing to do with luck. It's going to have everything to do with setting up your race car so that you can race and you can make moves. It's going to come down to the drivers with the skill, the bravery, and most importantly, the speed. Rico Abreu last night proved that you have to be able to pass and you have to be able to race around this 3/8 mile oval. Let's break down his night last evening en route to his 6th feature victory with Kubota High Limit Racing in 2025. He went 4th to 3rd in his heat race after drawing the 6th starting spot in the FK Rod Ends Dash. He went 6th to 4th in the dash, and then of course he went 4th to 1st in the feature to score that win, number 6 on the season. The point: the track crew and the staff here at Lucas Oil Speedway in Wheatland, Missouri know how to give these teams and drivers a raceable track. We've seen it the first 2 nights of this weekend, and like you talked about, the 2 times we have both been here before, last summer, we saw raceable tracks. So to win here tonight, and to leave with $25,000 and score the Diamond Classic victory with Kubota High Limit Racing, it's going to have very, very little to do with luck, and it's going to have a whole lot more to do with speed, skill, bravery, and setup. That is what Lucas Oil Speedway and High Limit Racing will demand from these 29 drivers and teams that are back in the pit area. Rico Abreu, Ricky Warner, Zach Middlebrooks, and Brady Forbrook did a fantastic job getting their program back on track with that Kubota Genuine Parts wrap on their race car. He talked about it in Victory Lane. He talked about it in After the Checkers with me. They have had a rough last couple of go-rounds, whether it was with the Outlaws in Houston. They haven't exactly felt like they've been right where they should be with Kubota High Limit Racing, but last night they got back to the top step of the podium. They parked that number 24 Rico Abreu racing machine in Whiskey Myers Victory Lane, and it was because they had a good race car. He was fast in Capital Custom Trailers qualifying, but they went forward. They gained positions in every competition on-track session they had last night. Everybody here tonight knows this track has been phenomenal the last 2 nights of the weekend. We wrap up the Diamond Classic here with $25,000 on the line. Folks, it's about to get good here on FloRacing. Kubota High Limit Racing will be right back after a few words from our sponsor.
Our first hot lap session making its way onto the racetrack right now. Let's introduce you to the drivers as they appear on the Speedway. The first car you see rolling down the front stretch now is from Odessa, Missouri. He drives a Design Source Flooring Motor Haven, Stay Lawson Chassis, TNT Equine. Number 74, that is Xavier Doney. Xavier Doney in the 74. And also on the racetrack from Gravois Mills, Missouri, the Ozark Barge and Dock, Wet Steps, High Performance Lubricants, Hipton Gravel, number 3 of Ayrton Jennington. Ayrton Jennington in the number 3. And rolling into turn number 3 now from Memphis, Tennessee, in the Mike's Pool Care, Stinson Industrial, Center Farms, River City Hydraulics, number 40. That is Howard Moore. Howard Moore in the number 40. And making his way into turn number 3 now, the driver comes to us out of Odessa, Missouri, and the Rusty Nail Lawn Care, Durdex Industries, Superior Lawns, Pro Lube, number 93. That's Taylor Walton. Taylor Walton in the 93. And one of our Race Redeem Foundation Rookie of the Year contenders makes his way into the 3rd corner now from Northport, Florida. And the Global Link, Moxie Sports Advisors, NRC Truck Conversions, Tar Heel Property Group, Easter Metal Signs, number 24D, it's Danny Sams III. Danny Sams in the 24D. And from Enumclaw, Washington, the Curb Records, Brumo's Collection, Crespin Sanitation, Dakota Custom Builders, Lake Ozark, Harley Davidson, number 9. That is Casey Kane. Casey Kane in the number 9. And final driver on the track in this first session from Fredericktown, Missouri. That's the number 5B of Corey Bales. Corey Bales in the 5B. So this is hot lap session number 1, presented by Dirt Draft. This is a practice session for the drivers before they get into Capital Custom Trailer qualifying, which will take place right after our 5 sessions of practice. As the flagman gives them the signal to rev them up, let's get them going. Green flag is out for the first time tonight on night number 3. It's the finale of the Diamond Classic here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Track does look a little greasy out there right now, which is to be expected. That's what it's been like the last couple of nights here at Lucas Oil. The fastest time so far was set by Casey Kane. It's a 15:287, as Howard Moore now jumps over him to a 15:175. Danny Sams up to 4th, and now Howard Moore, the first driver in the 14-second bracket. The time, a 14:896. He is joined in that bracket now by Xavier Doney at 14:931. Drivers getting a couple extra laps here to help work in that racing surface. Now Casey Kane goes to the top at 14:675. So the yellow lights come out, but the checkered flag does not, signifying to these drivers that they will now pace around the surface of the track and help work in the moisture that is still kind of on the top there. It's a little bit slimy out there. You can see a couple of these guys, when they get into some different lanes on the surface, they'll slide around and get a little bit sideways and not be able to gain forward traction. And so to help that, we have these cars come out and they pace around for a few laps, and usually that helps bring in the racing surface. Now, I do not not know what the science is behind it, but it does seem to work. Casey Kane, the car on your screen now, the fastest driver so far. The lap time, 14.675 seconds. Howard Moore right behind him at 14.808. Then Xavier Toney, 14.931. Danny Sams is in third, or make that fourth, at 15.454. And Taylor Walton at fifth quick, 15.986. So Casey Kane, the fastest driver so far. He had a solid run here last night at the Lucas Oil Speedway. Was 9th in the feature. He probably should have had 2 top 10s on the weekend. Was in the dash on Thursday night. Unfortunately lost a left rear tire midway through that feature and ended up 21st in the feature. As the green flag comes back out in Dirt Draft Hot Lap session number 1. Taylor Walton, now Danny Sams goes to the top of the board. Casey Kane takes it right back away. Now the track is in perfect shape at 13.884. Those are the times similar to what we saw yesterday in Hot Laps. 13.884. The checkered flag now being displayed from the flag stand. So at the conclusion of Hot Lap session number 1, the number 9 of Casey Kane still the fastest overall, but his time is now down into the 13-second range at 13.842 seconds. Xavier Toney right behind him at 13.940. Howard Moore in third, 14.078. Danny Sams the third is fourth at 14.331, and Ayrton Geniton in fifth at 14.453 seconds. That's the top 5. Then Taylor Walton and Corey Bales round out those first 7 cars. Session number 2 now making its way onto the back straightaway. The first car you see out there from Lebanon, Indiana. He drives the Sander Engineering, Four Seas Construction, Tally, Autry Plumbing, SynCal Demolition, number 14. It's the DJ of the night, Spencer Baston. Spencer Baston in the 14. And also out there on the racetrack from Apollo, Pennsylvania, the Mercedes Motorsports, Ducati of Pittsburgh, Hollywood Blasting Coating, Mountain Mechanical, MAV Motorsports, number 42. That is Cy Lynch. Cy Lynch in the 42. And the pole sitter from last night's feature also getting fired off from Glendale, Arizona, and the Pell's Tire Service, RF Knox Company, Newman's Racing Engines, XXX, DMI, number 1A. That is Ashton Torgerson. Ashton Torgerson in the number 1A. And from Marshall, Missouri, driving the Trimble Real Estate, Majors Construction, Ozark Barge and Dock, Sherbuilt Suspension, number 98P. That is the monster, Miles Paulus. Miles Paulus in the 98P. And from Monrovia, Indiana, the Skagit Speedway, Race Redeem Foundation, Ford Performance, Hager Realty, number 26. That is Justin Peck. Justin Peck in the 26. And driver making his high limit racing debut here tonight at a Sand Springs, Oklahoma, and the branch event venue, High Breeder Foundation Service, number 19H. That is Hank Davis. Hank Davis in the 19H. And the final car in this session, and one of our Race Redeem Foundation Rookie of the Year contenders as well, from Waco, Texas, and the All-Bog Your Alternative, Infamous Inc., Bush's Chicken, Flint Rock Ranch, Easy Print, number 9R. That is the quickest chicken, Chase Randall. Chase Randall in the 9R. Those are the drivers in Dirt Draft Hot Lap session number 2. Here at Lucas Oil Speedway on the finale of the Diamond Classic. As you can see, these drivers getting a lap or so to help work in that racing surface, kind of what we saw there in the first session there as well. And now the green lights come on. Session number 2 is underway. Getting a look at Spencer Baston there. Unfortunately, was not able to start last night's feature. Just before the 4 wide, a problem occurred on that car, and he had to go back to the trailer. Was not able to complete a lap in the feature event. Waiting for times to come across our screen. So far, the fastest is Cy Lynch at 14.063. Ashton Torgerson now goes up to the second spot at 13.929 seconds. Cy Lynch now up to second quick at 13.871. And now Miles Paulus, the monster, goes to the top of the board, 13.747. White flag coming out. Paulus still at the top of the speed charts. Justin Peck is now right behind him at 13.776. Cy Lynch and Ashton Torgerson both in the top 5 in this group, as here comes the checkered flag being displayed as these drivers wrap up Dirt Draft Hot Lap session number 2. So that will do it for session number 2, and a new driver at the top of the timing charts. That's the number 98P of Miles Paulus. The lap time, 13.747 seconds for the 98P of Miles Paulus. Second quick is now Justin Peck at 13.776. Ashton Torgerson third quick at 13.799. Casey Kane fourth, and then Cy Lynch in that group also fifth quick at 13.871 seconds. Spencer Baston, Xavier Doney, Howard Moore, Hank Davis, and Chase Randall complete the top 10. Here come the drivers in session number 3 now. The first car on the Speedway. He comes to us out of California, Missouri, and the Elite Turf, DurtX Industries, Bonine Junction, Blank's backhoe, number 75. That is Tyler Blank. Tyler Blank in the 75. And last night's 4th place finisher from Myerstown, Pennsylvania, the M&M Painting and Construction, McGrew Equipment Auctions, Baps Paint, Livewire Customs, number 19. That is Brent Marks. Brent Marks in the 19. And the driver that got his best career high limit racing finish here on Thursday night with an 8th place result from Mounds, Oklahoma. The Arrowhead Electric High Performance Lubricants Gas Trucking Maxim Chassis number 20G. That is Noah Gass. Noah Gass in the 20G. And the driver that is now currently tied for the high limit racing points lead, making his way down the front stretch now from Grass Valley, California. The Napa Auto Parts, Brumos Collection, Durst Incorporated, Factory Kane, Lake Ozark, Harley Davidson, number 49. That is the big cat, Brad Sweet. Brad Sweet in the 49. And the driver that he is tied with for the championship lead also on the racetrack from Clute, Texas, the Fulkins Brothers Trucking Power Plus, STC American Table Bargain Bar number 87. It's Aaron Reitzel. Aaron Reitzel in the 87. And driver that got upside down on his qualifying run last night. They worked all night and all morning to get this car back together from Tulsa, Oklahoma. The Bob Hurley RV X9 Chassis Outlaw Wings Rainbow Nut Butter number 22M. It's Reese Moran. Reese Moran in the 22M. This is the 3rd Dirt Draft Hot Lap session of the night. If you are not familiar with Dirt Draft, it is an app in the either Google Play or the App Store on your iPhone. You can download it and get a little bit more involved with the racing, whether it's high limit, it's USAC, whatever you want. They've got it on there for Dirt Draft. You can get on there right now and create a league. That is a new function in 2025 with Dirt Draft. You can invite just your friends, just your family, or maybe somebody you don't like very much and you want to try and get some bragging rights over them, your rivals as well. You can create a league and play against just the certain people you want to be involved with. You don't have to play against 600 other people if you don't want to. That's a new feature this year with Dirt Draft. It's an app where you can pick 5 drivers under a $100,000 salary cap, and then if you are the best of the night, you get the best lineup, then you win points that you can use in the speed shop, and then you can buy stuff with those points. As Reese Moran pulls into the infield, we are going to stay green here on this 3rd hot lap session. Aaron Reitzel, now the fastest driver here so far, 13.536 for the 87, the car that's been the fastest qualifier for the first 2 nights of this Diamond Classic weekend. Reitzel even better on lap 2. He's got 4/10 on the field right now at 13.316. White flag coming out as Brent Marks and Brad Sweet move to 2nd and 3rd on the speed charts. The checkered flag is in the air, and Aaron Reitzel, surprise, surprise, he is the fastest driver so far in Dirt Draft Hot Laps tonight at 13.316 seconds. Brent Marks jumps to second quick in car number 19. The lap time, 13.503. Brad Sweet is third, 13.557. Miles Paulus fourth, and Justin Peck in fifth. Ashton Torgerson, Casey Kane, Cy Lynch, Noah Gass in that group was ninth overall, and Spencer Baston rounds out the top 10. We've got two more groups of cars left to come out for their hot lap session. Leading session number 4 onto the racetrack there at the end of the back straightaway from Benton, Arkansas, driving the J.B. Henderson Construction, MPV Logistics, Massey Valley Transportation, Smith Titanium number 45X. That is Landon Crawley. Landon Crawley in the 45X. And also getting pushed off now from Fredericktown, Missouri, the Kevin O'Sullivan Motorsports, Gifford Homes, Cooper Racing Enterprises, Purcell Tire, number 79. The driver is Gage Montgomery. Gage Montgomery in the 79. And also on the track from Lee Summit, Missouri, piloting the custom truck One Source, Briggs Transportation, Cruel Lawn Care, number 15, it's Jack Potter. Jack Potter in the 15. And one of our full-time high rollers makes his way into turn 1 now from Lubbock, Texas, the Horizon Whiskey, Nice Crete and Landis, ShopTruckParts.com, FillPools.com, High Performance Lubricants, number 5, of Brenham Crouch. Brenham Crouch in the number 5. And the pole sitter from Thursday night here at Lucas Oil Speedway, also on the track from Locust Grove, Oklahoma, the Pella Avanti Windows and Doors, Big Spring Car Wash, Water Treatment by Design, number 13, it's Dason Persley. Dason Persley in the 13. And final car in this session is from Warrensburg, Missouri. He's driving the Brever Drill and Tool Sodro Manufacturing Bleeding Disorders of the Heartland, number 12X. It's Cameron Key. Cameron Key in the 12X. So the time to beat here in Dirt Draft Hot Laps is Aaron Reitzel's 13.316 second time. He is followed by Brent Marks, Brad Sweet, Miles Paulus, and Justin Peck. We'll see if any of these drivers are able to get up towards the top 5. We've seen Dason Persley be very fast in time trials so far this week here at Lucas Oil Speedway, so keep an eye on that bright yellow number 13 for Buick Motorsports. As the green lights come on, 4th practice session is underway. Landon Crawley comes across the line. He is 7th quick at 13.812. Crawley in the number 45X for Johnny Herrera Racing. There goes Dason Persley up to the 3rd spot now at 13.553. Brenham Crouch also into the top 10, excuse me. He's 9th overall, 13.840. As the checker's out, little smoke coming on the back of the 15, and Jack Potter as he rolls into turn 1. But he's still underpowered. Brenham Crouch now in the top 5. So that is it for session number 4. The fastest driver in that group and 3rd overall is Dason Persley in car number 13. The lap time is a 13.553 second time. Brenham Crouch was 5th quick in that group in car number 5. His lap was a 13.669. Aaron Reitzel and Brent Marks still at the top of the sheet, then Persley, then Brad Sweet, then Crouch, and then Paulus, Peck, Torgerson, Crawley, and Kane. This will be our final hot lap session of the night. These were the top 3 finishers from last night's feature event. Whenever Highland Racing goes to the same track 2 nights in a row, the first night, the top 3 finishers in the feature are locked into the heat races. They do not have to qualify, and they will automatically start 4th in the heat races this evening. And so long as they transfer through the heat race to the feature, they will go to the dash. That is under the rule book in Highland Racing's rule book. So Tanner Thorson, the first car you see out there on the racetrack, he is from Minden, Nevada, driving the JST Motorsports, the Richville Smith Titanium Factory Kane. Maxima Racing Oils, number 88, it's Tanner Thorson. He was last night's 3rd place finisher, and it was outside last night's feature winner for the 6th time this year. From St. Helena, California, the Rico Abreu, Kerbagajanian Racing, Kubota Genuine Parks, Mike's Pool Care, Snack Attack, number 24, it's Rico Abreu. Rico Abreu in the 24. And last night's second place finishers also out on the racetrack as well from Indianapolis, Indiana. Driving the NOS Energy Drink, Spire Motorsports, Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, Brand Professional Agriculture, Gainbridge, number 7 BC. That is Sunshine, Tyler Courtney. Tyler Courtney in the 7 BC. So it looks like some fluids. This is the second night in a row we've had something like this happen during hot laps. I believe that came from the 15 and Jack Potter. We did see a lot of smoke trailing out of his car during that session. We saw this last night in turn 3. That happened with Gage Montgomery. And so 2 nights in a row, we have a little bit of a spillage here on the front straightaway. Trent Hetzer, our High Limit Racing official, doing some work there to get that cleaned up and dried up. And so he'll hop back in the side-by-side, and we will now fire the cars in our final Dirt Draft Hot Lap session of the night. So very interesting, these top 3 drivers here from last night's feature. Rico Abreu, the winningest driver with the series this year with 6 victories. But the other 2 do not have a High Limit Racing victory this year. Now, both of them do have 410 wins this season. Tanner Thorson able to get a win with the POWRi 410 series a few months back at the Creek County Speedway in Oklahoma. Meanwhile, Tyler Courtney a winner during a Knoxville weekly show over in Iowa. So they both have went to victory lane, just not yet with High Limit Racing. Of course, that is not the issue for the guy on your screen right now, the winningest driver with the series so far this year. 6 victories for the 2-4. Green lights come on. Our final Dirt Draft Hot Lap session of the night is underway here at Lucas Oil Speedway. So last night's second place finish for Tyler Courtney. That is his 4th second place result of the year when it comes to High Limit Racing action. Tanner Thorson was 2nd on Thursday and 3rd last night, barely passed Brent Marks at the line to get that position away. Tyler Courtney is 2nd quick on the speed charts here. Rico Abreu is 16th and Tanner Thorson is 3rd quick. So that will do it for Dirt Draft Hot Laps tonight. Your fastest overall in practice, the number 87 of Aaron Reitzel, 13.316 seconds. Tyler Courtney in that last group, 2nd quick overall, 13.416. Tanner Thorson right behind him in 3rd at 13.498. Brent Marks 4th, Dason Persley 5th. Then Brad Sweet, Brenham Crouch, Miles Paulus, Justin Peck, and Ashton Torgerson. The top 10. Rico Abreu in that final group, 16th quick overall. Actually tied for 15th at 13.919 seconds. So Abreu not showing the speed there when he's out there in clean air and by himself, but obviously he does not have to worry about qualifying tonight. He'll start 4th in heat race number 1. So next up on the racing program is going to be Capital Custom Trailer qualifying. It'll be 2 cars on the racetrack at the same time. They will go for 2 laps around the track, and the best lap time that they put down will set them up for a heat race later on in the program. Capital Renegade Custom Trailers and Coaches are the #1 Renegade Toter Home dealers and the #1 Intech trailer dealers. No one sells more Toter Homes or Intech trailers than Capital Renegade Custom Trailers and Coaches. If you're in the market for a Toter Home or a trailer, trust the people that are there in the pits with you and that support the sport. Check out their complete lineup at www.capitalrenegade.com. So with this format with High Limit, when we go to the same track 2 nights in a row, we just mentioned it, that those top 3 guys from last night are already locked into the heats. They do not have to qualify. So the top 3 in qualifying here will start on the pole of the heat race. So whoever is the top 3, fastest in, will be start on the pole heat 1, pole of heat 2, pole of heat 3. So very, very important qualifying session. And of course, if you know the High Limit format, you know that the heat race winner goes to the dash along with that fastest qualifier. So qualifying will be imperative here to at least try and get on the front row. As you see Tyler Courtney taking off the hybrid there and debriefing with Jake Argo and the team down there. Clausen Marshall Racing 7 BC, and just a few moments away from seeing cars hit the speedway. For Capital Custom Trailers time trials. The track record, we mentioned at the top of the show, but maybe you just tuned in. It was set by Rico Abreu at this event last year. On June 29th of 2024, Abreu ran a 12.829 second lap time. And last night, Aaron Reitzel came very, very close to beating that record. It was a 12.869, so he was just barely off the time by about 0.04 of a second. As we now see our first two qualifiers rolling towards the track. So your first two qualifiers, the first one from Memphis, Tennessee. He drives the Mike's Pool Care, Stenson's Industrial, Center Farms, River City Hydraulics. Number 40 here is Howard Moore. And also on the racetrack from Northport, Florida, in the Global Lake Moxie Sports Advisors, NRC Truck Conversions, Tar Heel Property Group, Easter Metal Signs, number 24D, it's Danny Sams III. Lap one for Howard Moore is a 13.611, 13611. Danny Sams on lap one. He goes to the top of the board, 13.607, 13.607. Howard Moore, lap number two. He will slow down to a 13.712, 13712. And for Danny Sams on lap two, he will improve to a 13.518, 13518. So Danny Sams sets the mark to beat here as the first two cars out on the track with a 13.518, and Howard Moore is second at 13.611 seconds. Two more qualifiers, both from the Show Me State, as they roll onto the racetrack out of Odessa, Missouri. In the Rusty Nail Lawn Care, Durdex Industries, Superior Lawns, Pro Lube, number 93, it's Taylor Walton. And also on the track from Fredericktown, Missouri, number 5B, it's Corey Bales. Corey Bales in the 5B, Taylor Walton in the 93. Taylor Walton on lap one. It's a 13.839, 13.839. Lap one for Corey Bales, 14.302, 14302. Both drivers made their high-limit racing debuts on Thursday night here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Lap two for Walton, he'll slow down to a 13.947, 13.947. Corey Bales, lap two, he will slow down as well. First one was better by about 100th of a second, 14.302 seconds. They are third and fourth of the four cars that have taken a time so far. Next two qualifiers also from the state of Missouri. First one onto the track from Gravois Mills, Missouri. It's the Ozark Barge and Dock Wet Steps High Performance Lubricants Hip and Gravel number 3 of Ayrton Genitin. And from Odessa, Missouri, the Design Source Flooring, Motor Haven, Schnee Lawson Chassis, TNT Equine number 74, Xavier Doney. Xavier Doney, 74, Ayrton Genitin in the 3. Lap one for Genitin, he goes to the top, 13.398, 13398. Xavier Doney on lap one is third quick, 13.561, 13.561. Genitin a little over the cushion in turn 4. He will slow down to a 13.495. Doney on lap 2, he will slow down as well to a 13.672. First lap was better for car number 74 at 13.561. And the first lap was better as well for Ayrton Genitin, but to the top of the board at 13.398 seconds for car number 3. Here come two more qualifiers on the track first. Edom Claw, Washington, the Curb Records, Brumo's Collection, Crespin Sanitation, Dakota Custom Builders, Lake Ozark, Harley Davidson, number 9. It's Casey Kane. And from Apollo, Pennsylvania, piloting the Mercedes Motorsports, Ducati of Pittsburgh, Hollywood Blasting, Coating, Mountain Mechanical, MAV Motorsports, number 42. It's Cy Lynch. Cy Lynch in the 42, Casey Kane in the 9. Lap one for Casey. He will go to the top. 13.353, 13353. Cy Lynch on lap one. He is third quick. 13.450, 13.450. Casey Kane, lap number 2. He will slow down to a 13.456, 13456. Cy Lynch on lap 2. He'll slow down as well to a 13.582. So it does appear that the first lap has been the best for the last couple of cars here. Casey Kane now to the top of the board, 13.353, and Cy Lynch is third at 13.450. The next driver is from Lebanon, Indiana. He drives a Sander Engineering, Four Seas Construction, Tally, Autry Plumbing, SinCal Demolition, number 14. It's the DJ of the night, Spencer Bastin. And also on the track from Waco, Texas, in the all-by-your alternative, infamous 8 Bush's Chicken, Flint Rock Ranch, Easy Print, number 9R. It's the quickest chicken, Chase Randall. Spencer Bastin on lap 1. He'll go 6 quick at 13.601, 13.601. Chase Randall on lap 1. He'll go 5th quick, 13.539, 13.539. Spencer Bayston on lap 2. He will slow down to a 13.662. First lap faster, 13.601. And for Chase Randall, he will improve to 4th quick on lap number 2 at 13.515 seconds. So 4th quick for Chase Randall and 7th quick for Spencer Bayston of the 10 cars that have qualified so far. The pole sitter from last night's feature now up on the track for qualifying at Glendale, Arizona. The Pell's Tire Service, RF Knox Company, Newman's Racing Engines, XXX DMI, number 1A. Here is Ashton Torgerson. And also on the track from Marshall, Missouri, the Trimble Real Estate, Majors Construction, Ozark Barge and Dodge Turbo Suspension, number 98P. It's Miles Paulus. Miles Paulus in the 98P. Ashton Torgerson in the 1A. Torgerson on lap 1. He'll go 4th quick, 13.488, 13.488. Miles Paulus 3rd quick on lap 1, 13.407, 13.407. Paulus was good early on hot laps as well. Lap 2 for Torgerson. He will slow down to a 13.563. Paulus on lap number 2, 2nd quick, 13.360, 13.360. Great lap there for Miles Paulus. And car number 98P goes up to P2 on the board. Meanwhile, Ashton Torgerson is 5th quick out of 12 cars. Two more drivers getting up to speed now. From Monrovia, Indiana, the Skagit Speedway, Racing Team Foundation, Ford Performance, Hager Realty, number 26, it's Justin Peck. And also on the track in his Highland Racing debut from Sand Springs, Oklahoma, the branch event venue, Hybrid Foundation Service, number 19H, here is Hank Davis. Hank Davis in the 19H, Justin Peck in the 26. Peck on lap 1, he'll go 6th quick, 13.497, 13.497. Hank Davis on lap 1, he's 12th overall, 13.661, 13.661. Peck tries to run the middle this time in 3 and 4. Lap number 2, he will slow down, go 13.530, 13.530. Hank Davis on lap 2, he goes faster but stays 12th overall at 13.627 seconds. Hank Davis 12th and Justin Peck is 6th of 14 cars, with 12 more left to come out and turn in a lap time. The driver currently tied for the Kubota Highland Racing points lead, now out on the racetrack from Grass Valley, California. The Napa Auto Parts, Bruno's Collection, Durst Incorporated Factory Cane, Lake Ozark, Harley Davidson, number 49. Here is the Big Cat, Brad Sweet. And from Mounds, Oklahoma, the Arrowhead Electric, High Performance Lubricants, McGass Trucking, Maxim Chassis, number 20G, Noah Gas. Noah Gas, 20G, Brad Sweet, 49. Lap 1 for Brad Sweet to the top, 13.170, 13.170. Noah Gas is 5th quick on lap 1 at 13.403, 13.403. Lap number 2 for Brad Sweet is going to slow down to a 13.221, 13.221. Noah Gas on lap 2, he will slow down as well to a 13.427. First lap better and 5th quick, 13.403. Meanwhile, Brad Sweet now the fastest driver so far in Capital Custom Trailer qualifying at 13.170 seconds. Looks like had some issues firing off the second car here in this pairing, so we'll go with one, and it's Tyler Blank, the driver of California, Missouri, and the Elite Turf Durdex Industries Bonine Junction, Blank's backhoe, number 75. Tyler Blank out on the speedway, going to come around this time by and get the white flag. Lap 1 for Tyler Blank is 15th quick, 13.758, 13.758. Did not qualify for the feature here on Thursday. He was 20th in the feature last night. And Thursday night was his first 4:10 start of the 2025 season. Lap 2, he'll slow down to a 13.911. First lap better, 13.758. That's 15th quick for Tyler Blank. And so that will roll on the car that was supposed to be paired there with Tyler Blank. He'll qualify by himself as well. This is Reese Moran, the driver to Tulsa, Oklahoma. He is in the Bob Hurley RV X9 chassis, Outlaw Wings, Rainbow Nut Butter, number 22M. And I mentioned it during hot laps, this team had a lot of work to do last night after right about there in turn 2. He got into the wall after what they said was they believe a torsion stop fell off. and put him into the wall and got upside down. Lap 1's a 15th quick time, 13.725, 13725. Reese Moran, that team stayed up late till about 2:30 a.m. last night, putting a brand new car together. Lap 2, it's going to be better, but still 15th overall, 13.650, 13650. Good to see Reese get out of that car last night. He was surprisingly in good spirits, even after taking some paint off the wall in the backstretch. Last night's 4th and 5th place finishers now on the track. Up next from Myerstown, Pennsylvania, the M&M Painting and Construction, McCool Equipment Auctions, Babs Paint, Livewire Custom number 19. Here is Brent Marks. And also on the racetrack from Clute, Texas, the Volkins Brothers Trucking, Power Plus, STC, American Table Bar, and bar number 87, it's Aaron Reitzel. Lap 1 for Brent Marks. He is second quick, 13.332, 13.332. Reitzel on lap 1 to the top again, 13.120, 13.120. Brent Marks on lap number 2 will slow down to 13.381. First lap better, 13.332. Reitzel on lap 2 even faster, 13.117. Reitzel looking for his 9th Capital Custom Trailer Quick Time of the year. Unbelievable speed in that car every single night in time trials. Reitzel has done it again, but can he hang on for another 6 cars here to finish things off? Your next 2 qualifiers from Benton, Arkansas, the J.B. Henderson Construction, MPB Logistics, Mississippi Valley Transportation, Smith Titanium, number 45X. Here is Landon Crawley. And from Lubbock, Texas, Horizon Whiskey, Nice Creek Landis, ShopTruckParts.com, PhilPools.com, High Performance Lubricants, number 5, of Brenham Crouch. Brenham Crouch in the 5, Landon Crawley, 45X. Lap 1 for Crawley is 6 quick, 13.389, 13389. Lap 1 for Crouch is 17th overall, 13.617, 13.617. Landon Crawley, lap number 2 will slow down to a 13.402. First lap was faster, 13.389. And for Brenham Crouch, he will improve to 15th overall at a 13.580 seconds. So Brenham Crouch 15th and Landon Crawley 6th with 4 more cars left to qualify. Next up from Fredericktown, Missouri, driving the Kevin O'Sullivan Motorsports, Gifford Homes, Cooper Racing Enterprises, Purcell Tire, number 79. Here is Gage Montgomery. And also on the track with him, from Warrensburg, Missouri, the Beaver Drill and Tools, Sondro Manufacturing, bleeding the source of the heartland, number 12X, it's Cameron Key. Cameron Key, 12X, Gage Montgomery, 79. Lap 1 for Gage is 20th overall, 13.680, 13.680. Lap 1 for Cameron Key, he goes 21st overall, 13.745, 13.745. Gage Montgomery, lap number 2, up to 15th quick, 13.571, 13.571. Cameron Key, lap number 2, he will improve as well, but stays 21st quick at 13.653, 13.653. Cameron Key is 21st, and Gage Montgomery is 15th, with 2 more cars left to qualify here in Capital Custom Trailer Time Trials. Here come your next 2 and your final 2 qualifiers out of Locust Grove, Oklahoma, the Pella Avanti Windows and Doors, Big Spring Car Wash, Water Treatment by Design, number 13. It is Dason Persley and his dancing partner in this group out of Lee Summit, Missouri, the Custom Truck One Source, Briggs Transportation, Cruel Lawn Care, number 15 of Jack Potter. Lap 1 for Dason Persley, second quick, 13.120, 13.120. Jack Potter, lap 1, 26th overall, 14.306, 14306. Persley needs 3/1000ths of a second to go quick time, and he does, 13.077 to the top of the board. Dason Persley, the fastest driver here tonight as the final car on the racetrack. Jack Potter ends up 25th on lap 2, 14.204. But Dason Persley, the final car on the track, steals the 9th Fast Time Award of the year right out from underneath Aaron Reitzel's nose right there. The final car out, Persley, 13.077. That will wrap up Capital Custom Trailer qualifying. And great stuff right there from the Race Routine Foundation Rookie of the Year contender even late in the going. You can see the track is starting to slick off quite a bit, especially in turns 3 and 4. And Persley plugged that right rear into the cushion and was able to lay down a heater. 13.077. Aaron Reitzel second, 13.117. Brad Sweeten third, 13.170. Brent Marks fourth, 13.332. Casey Kane in fifth, 13.353. Then Miles Paulus, Landon Crawley, Ayrton Jennington, Noah Gass, and Cy Lynch, the top 10 in Capital Custom Trailer qualifying here tonight. Well, race fans, we've got FanFest going to be taking place now. We have opening ceremonies set for 7:25. So we've got about, let's see, 10 plus 10, that's 20. It's about 25 minutes of FanFest going on. So if you don't know what that is, the drivers that you just saw on the track are going to be heading to their t-shirt trailers, which are located right outside of the Diamond Bar, outside of turn number 1. So if you'd like to meet your favorite driver, get a picture, get an autograph, or maybe pick up a piece of autograph merchandise, head over to the t-shirt trailer right now, because FanFest is going to be going on for about the next 25-30 minutes here at the Lucas Oil Speedway. Take advantage of it while you can, because hey, I mean, getting an autograph is a big deal, Tony.
Yeah, I mean, Chase, I think there might be some people milling around back there who might confuse you for a driver and might ask for an autograph. Will you be a part of FanFest here this evening?
I will in a different capacity. I'm going to have Tanner Thorson going to come up here, and we're going to talk to him a little bit about the recent success. So kind of, I guess. Maybe.
Do you think you guys might talk about outlaw carts at all?
We might. You know, you brought it up the other night. You mentioned Cycleland Speedway, so we might have to talk about that a little bit, because he was pretty good at that place, and he's also pretty good at this place.
Well, I hope folks get a chance here with all this ample time before we get into opening ceremonies and our heat races here tonight to, yes, definitely go back behind the front stretch grandstands. Those t-shirt trailers are so close to these seats here on the front stretch. It gives fans such a great opportunity to go back there and visit not only with the drivers and get a chance to, like you said, get a photo, get an autograph, but there is so much cool merchandise back there. All these drivers that run full-time with Kubota High Limit Racing travel up and down the road with one of those t-shirt trailers. Of course, you can go over to the Shop High Limit Racing merchandise trailer. ShopHighLimitRacing.com is once again the sponsor of tonight's draw for the FK Rod Ends Dash. We'll talk more about the ShopHighLimitRacing.com stuff a little bit later on, but the folks that are here at the track, they can go back there right now. They've got so much time and so very little distance to cover. If you're here at the track and you're not taking advantage of this downtime that is built in specifically for those of you here at the track to go enjoy the opportunity to go meet your favorite driver, get a photo, get an autograph, and buy some merchandise. Chase, you know the rule with sprint car shirts. You can wear them anywhere. You can wear them to school, you can wear them to work, you can wear them to church, you can wear them to the bar. There is nowhere you can't wear a sprint car t-shirt to.
You can wear them to weddings, you can wear them to funerals, you can wear them to whatever you want, Tony. You ain't kidding. Sprint car shirts look good everywhere. There is no doubt about that. We'll take a break here on Flow. When we come back, hopefully we'll have Tanner Thorson up here in the tower to talk a little bit of racing and talk about his recent success and a whole lot more after this break here on Flow Racing.
I'm Brent Marks, and you're watching Kubota High Limit Racing on Flow Racing.
Introducing the My Kubota app. With My Kubota, connecting with your local dealer is easier than ever. Find them with just a tap and contact them quickly for any assistance you need. Access comprehensive resources like how-to guides, owner's manuals, fault codes, maintenance schedules, and more. Everything you need to keep your Kubota running smoothly. Download the app today.
Capital Custom Trailers and Coaches. We are the #1 Renegade Toter Home dealer and the #1 Intech and Bravo Sprint Car Trailer dealer. No one sells more toter homes and sprint car trailers than we do. Check out our complete lineup at capitalrenegade.com. If you're in the market for a toter home or a trailer, trust the people that are in the pits with you and that support the sport.
Winning doesn't just happen. You have to engineer it. You have to test it and make it better than it was the last time. Our engineers have the passion to create the parts you need, the way you need them to be, again and again and again. We've led this game for over 40 years, and we design, refine, and perfect every valve train part worthy of the winner's circle.
When it comes to magneto ignition performance, there's only one name that you can trust, and that's BR Motorsports Ignitioneering. Servicing the racing industry for over 30 years, our state-of-the-art Magneto Dyno Test Lab facility is equipped with the most technically advanced equipment available. And that's why crew chiefs like Paul Silva and Philip Dietz choose BR for all their ignition needs. To learn more, visit us at brpromag.com.
We got them racked, we got them stacked, and we've got the grandstands packed.
Super healthy for sprint car racing and compete for a championship. You can feel the buzz around. We want to race the best guys every night.
Whole different level.
This is the high limit room. It's the home of 24 high rollers. And welcome back here to Lucas Oil Speedway as we are underway with FanFest. Just wrapped up Capital Custom Trailer qualifying that saw Dason Persley go fastest overall as the final car onto the racetrack. Before we get into a little bit more content here during this FanFest on Flow, we would like to take a look at the point standings because things are very, very, very interesting at the top of the board. Aaron Reitzel and Brad Sweet come into tonight tied for the championship points lead. Last night, Reitzel ended up 4th in the feature, and Brad Sweet ended up in the 7th spot. And so coming into tonight, actually, sorry, Reitzel was 5th and Sweet was 7th. They come in tied in the point standings. Tyler Courtney off that 2nd place run has dropped it down to 24 points back in 3rd. Rico Aber with the win is now 27 behind, and Brent Marks with a 4th place run last night is 36 points back. So the top 5 in points separated by just 36. Justin Peck is 6th in points. Tanner Thorson 7th overall. Chase Randall went from 9th to 8th last night. Casey Kane went 10th to 9th, and Spencer Basin went 8th to 10th in the points. So it doesn't matter where you're looking at in the point standing with Kubota High-Limit Racing. It seems like almost every single night there is a little bit of a change-up inside the top 10. Now, if you aren't familiar as well, in 2025, you are able to wager on the racing with High-Limit Racing. If you play for real cash, go to nxtbets.com/playhlr, and you can see which sports books are available in your region. You can get a sign-on bonus. If you would like to partake in that, there's sign-up bonuses and whatnot on there. Here are the odds for tonight's race. The drivers that have the best odds to win. Of course, last night's winner, Rico Aber, is the favorite heading into tonight at +219. And championship points leader Brad Sweet at +246. Tyler Courtney +456. And Aaron Reitzel with the 666 there at 4th best odds. Brent Marks and Justin Peck at just under 1,000. Spencer Baston at +2,200. And Tanner Thorson, he is the Rodman risk for this evening. He's ran 2nd, he's ran 3rd. Well, maybe tonight he'll complete that podium there and get the win. He's +2580. Put $10 on him, you would win $250. So if you want to learn more, go to nxtbets.com/playhlr. Now, Tanner Thorson is the Rodman risk, and it's not just because he is up here with us tonight for FanFest, but Tanner, you have been extremely fast here recently. Like, I'm trying to remember 6 or 7 top 10s, top 5s in a row with High Limit, adding a couple more with the Outlaws as well. How much fun are you guys having right now? Because last year, you guys, the results were kind of all over the board, had a couple good runs here and there, but when you're running this good consistently, how much fun has it been?
It's been a blast, man. The morale in the pit's a lot different than last year, right. And I knew last year was going to be a struggle. I didn't realize it was going to be that tough, honestly, and that's what happens when you're racing the best in the country. So yeah, we've made a lot of gains in the last couple months, and especially in the last year. So we'll keep striding here. I think the biggest thing is I'm so comfortable right now. Every time I hop in the car, I'm comfy, and that plays a big factor into it.
And you guys went to Houston's last week, a track you haven't ran before in the wing car. You ran there a couple times, I believe, in the midget and the non-wing car. But then, ran well there. I mean, had a couple decent runs, a couple runs right outside the top 10. That finale night, you made the show against 60 cars. We're in the top 10 for a minute, had a bad restart, fell back. But it just seems like almost everywhere you guys go right now, you're having speed, even at Port Royal, a track that I would say isn't your favorite track, but you were 11th over there at the Weikert. So it just seems like anywhere you guys go right now, you're figuring it out.
Yeah, I think a lot of it just comes down to having Stevie in my corner, a guy that's actually raced the car and set the car up. No one else in the pits or in the sport right now can even say that, really, except probably Bobby Allen. So yeah, it's just a big sign of relief to have someone that actually has driven the car and knows, I can say what I'm feeling, and he'll be like, no, you're feeling this, and you look back and you think about it, and it's real, Yeah. So we just got great people that are a part of our deal as well, like Factory Cane Shocks, Draco with SRI. We got 3 different manufacturers with Kubota and Ryder and Donna engines, so we got 3 really good companies that build our motors, and Outlaw Wings, and everybody that's a part of our program. Honestly, we wouldn't have them if they weren't some of the best. So we're just a little bit, we need a little bit more to kind of achieve that win, and we're close, and I think it's it's beneficial that everybody kind of knows it too. So we're getting there.
Yeah, I mean, even your competitors are starting to talk about it as well. We heard Aaron Reitzel in his Victory Lane interview on Thursday say, man, if that 88 car starts to qualify, they're going to be a pretty big issue. But it is impressive what Stevie's able to do because he doesn't even come to the races, right? He's watching on flow. So if you run a heat race or a dash or whatever and your car's not even on the screen, I feel like it's even more impressive that he's able to tell you, feedback on what you guys should maybe do, even though he's not here. It's hard to be a cruise ship, I've got to imagine, from watching on the screen, but maybe it just goes to show how good he really is.
Yeah, I mean, he's done it his whole life, right? And I think it helps that I've, set up my stuff in past and done all my midget stuff and everything to kind of have a good feel for a car. And I feel like I've, really good feedback for whoever's helping me. So, and it just comes down to being comfortable. Like, you can just drive the crap out of it no matter what if you're comfy. Yep. So, it definitely makes his job probably easier for him being on the couch. He didn't really accept this job title, but he kind of fell into it. So, it's been good, man. Just from building the cars in the shop, Brenton and TJ have been working really hard, and the nights we do run bad and we've been bad, it's kind of just hey, we're gonna get better. It's a process. So. Our team's new. This is year 1.5, so those teams are, I think at minimum probably 5, 6 at men. So, we're just going to keep building, and hopefully tonight we can kind of break through and get that.
And Tony had mentioned, I believe it was last night, maybe the night before, that, specifically talking about here at Lucas Oil Speedway, you and him were talking or something. You mentioned that the track reminds you of Cycleland, a place that you and I both know very well. You much better than me, but still, we both have laps around that place. You got plenty of wins. But now when he said that, I was like, man, it really does seem a lot like Cycleland. The banking doesn't go all the way up to the wall or anything like that, but it just has that perfect shape, right? It's that right width, it's that size, and there's a nice bottom, a nice top to work, and it really made a lot of sense. And I definitely agree with you. This place reminds me a lot of Cycleland Speedway out there with the Outlaw carts in Northern California. Yeah,
the characteristics of it are, almost identical for a bigger size track, obviously for our bigger cars. So, I think it shows how good this racetrack actually is and how good an Outlaw car track was with Lowell doing that track and where it was at when Rico, me, Larson, Brad, we were all growing up racing. So every time I get on here, I feel like, man, this is like Cycling, just big form. So I think it probably helps a little bit for my sake because I'm more comfortable here than at other tracks. But it definitely, it's a good place here.
We're getting a look at that Rod Gross Motorsports 88 on the screen now. Tony, I know you wanted to jump in here as well. You got a couple of questions for Tanner. And Tanner, you probably weren't expecting this, but Tony's down in the infield. He's got a couple things he wanted to talk to you about as well.
Chase, thanks for prepping Tanner with that.
Yeah.
I think that was fair of you to let him know that I'm down in the infield. Yeah. We don't want to surprise him.
He's not at the snack bar, Tanner. That's not where he's at. He's in the infield.
Yeah, that's where we're going with that.
Yeah, exactly. Most people would expect to find me there. That's after opening ceremonies, of course, Chase. Tanner, we were just getting a look over from the FloRacing drone of your pit area. I've tried to spend as much time over there talking to Brenton Marvel, talking to TJ, talking to yourself, and learning about things. I'm gonna cut through all the noise here, and I'm gonna ask you the hard-hitting stuff right now. I noticed something different, and I think I'm late to noticing it on your Rod Gross Motorsport number 88. But I think, the fact that you guys run 4 coilovers, no bars, you guys kind of do your own thing technically, that's all good and well. But I think the real secret to your success as of lately, can you confirm or deny the secret to the speed recently is the new tape with the bandana print on your steering wheel? I don't know how I had missed it, but Brent Marvel says you're a real believer in that tape on the steering wheel.
Ever since we put it on, man, it's been good. No, I just running through Sporting's good place and saw it. I was like, man, this is gangster. So we wrapped her up, and it's been good so far. So we're gonna hopefully we can find it again when that stuff wears out and get back on it.
Yeah, Brenton said you guys were maybe like walking through Walmart or like Dick's Sporting Goods.
Sporting Goods, yeah.
And he said you saw it, and you literally, like you just said, you're like, man, that looked cool. And now the steering wheel is like.
I didn't say that would look cool, but.
Looks sick, looks awesome, and now you guys are obviously running well due to a lot more serious technical analysis than that tape. I'm interested in something you said and something else Britt and I talked about, and Chase alluded to it, talked about it already. You're on the phone 3, 4, maybe 5 times a night with your father-in-law, Stevie Smith. I'm not asking you to give us any secrets, but I find that so interesting and so unique that you're having phone calls every single night we're racing out here on the road with High Limit. What are those conversations like? I mean, what do you guys discuss? Again, I'm not asking for numbers and specific setup notes, but when you call him, what do those conversations sound like?
Can you hear me? Is your phone working? I can't hear you. That's where it starts at. But
I'd be worried if Stevie's internet went out at his house.
It actually is out right now.
Oh, no.
He has to go down to the shop to go use the internet down there. So,
wow.
Yeah, I was just actually joking with Shay. I got to buy him an iPad with cell service so he takes his dogs on a golf cart ride every night. And it's usually around heat race time, and he'll call me, or I'll call him after heat race. He'd be like, "Hey, I saw you ran good," and I'm like, "Yeah, I felt this." He's like, "I didn't get to watch it." I'm like, "That's awesome." So, but yeah, no, it's, man, dude, I can't explain it enough. He's just one of the smartest guys I know, hands down. It doesn't matter if it's a machine shop question, race car question, just anything in real life. I mean, he was one of the originals. So, having a guy like that, I used to play him on the World of Outlaw 2002 game, and I only played him because it was the all black car. And 19, I liked the number 19. I don't even know why. I didn't even know who he was really back then. And once I started getting into midgets and stuff, I realized. And then I raced with him in 2000, I think 15 in the Red Zit car when Sammy tried to put me through the fence there, and he won the heat race that night. So I was actually rewatching that. I was like, "Man, you won that heat race." He's like, "I was on the track with you." And so he's just the smartest person in racing, and I got a lot of good people, and it's not just him too, all my shock guys and spring guys, and Lee Lindgren, who's been with me for a very long time. I've talked to him a lot just on him seeing, because he's raced with me and seen what I'm doing on the racetrack. And I've said it a couple of times in the last couple of interviews, like, I've worked so hard on my driving, like, not telling these guys this, but like just working on my driving and trying to perfect what I do. And I have bad habits from racing midget and on-wing cars, and just trying to get that out of my head and send it, So it's just it's a big group effort. And, my car owner, for believing in us, we struggled, and then we decided to pull a coil car out that no one's running. And he's stuck behind us. Him and his wife Nancy have been nothing but great to me and my team, and it's been awesome. And then JST, Jason and Chantel, for coming on board this year, adds just a little bit more flavor to our program. So we're like I said, we're just getting started, which is an awesome thing and a good feeling. So once we get a few more things clicked off and a little bit more of a comfortability side handled a little bit, I think we're gonna really start striding here.
And for those that don't know who he's talking about, when we mentioned Stevie, that is Stevie Smith, 84-time Outlaw, 84-time World of Outlaws winner, and just a legend of the sport as well. So that's a pretty good guy to have in the corner. Well, Tanner, you're going to be starting 4th in heat race number 3. All you got to do is finish in the top 6. You'll be a part of tonight's dash. We wish you luck, and we thank you for coming up here and talking with us.
Yep, thank you guys.
All right, that is Tanner Thorson, the driver of the number 88 car. You'll see him later on in heat race number 3. As long as he stays in the top 6, he will go to the dash. We'll take a break here on Flow and come back for more here at Lucas Oil Speedway.
I'm Tanner Thorson. You're watching Kubota High Limit Racing on Flow.
Established in 1983, FK Rod-Ends has been the industry leader for both midget and micro racing. Family owned and operated, we take pride in our products and our name because we know you value yours. Visit our website, www.fkrodends.com, to find out how you can join our winning team. FK Rod-Ends. To beat the best, you've got to use the best.
Is it all a fever dream? I'm burning gasoline. Rico goes back to the high side. Get to the lead. Turn now, look to the inside of turn 1.
Avery to the outside. Major contact.
Save your lunch money for.
Welcome to the High Limit
So you're young, what are you, 18?
I'm 18.
Thank you so
Awesome.
much.
Yeah, of course. Appreciate it. I'm mic'd up. Just be careful. Dude, I smoked it so hard it threw the right front up over the concrete rail and blew the axle out of the thing, and I like limped it across the line.
I always try and take a couple minutes before I get in the car and just try and run the race through my head.
Yeah, finally back to a small track. What's up, buddy? Oh, what you got? Sweet. Appreciate it, man. Have a good one.
Motorhead will go 6 o'clock in the staging lane.
All right, good luck.
Racing for Driven to Save Lives is, you know, for a cause. It's cool that I get to represent it and, you know, hopefully get more people to sign up for organ donation.
Introducing the My Kubota app. With My Kubota, connecting with your local dealer is easier than ever. Find them with just a tap and contact them quickly for any assistance you need. Access comprehensive resources like how-to guides, owner's manuals, fault codes, maintenance schedules, and more. Everything you need to keep your Kubota running smoothly. Download the app today.
And we are inching closer and closer to opening ceremonies here on the finale of the Diamond Classic at Lucas Oil Speedway here in Wheatland, Missouri. We've got the opening ceremony set for 7:25, so about 7 or 8 minutes away from getting underway with that. Last night, it was Rico Abreu that was able to get the victory, which was his 6th of the season. And last night, he was also able to stop in with Tony Laporta in this session of After the Checkers.
Rico Abreu, After the Checkers. I'm Tony Laporta, not Brian Walker. Sorry to disappoint. Dude, that was a hectic race. You come from 4th, you end up in 1st, but like we talked about in Whiskey Myers victory lane, a late caution kind of jumbles things up. What do you have to do to be ready for a restart like that while you're running away from the rest of the pack?
Yeah, I mean, I really, I really try to position myself to execute during lap traffic, and then and we know what it takes, and it's just when you don't know what direction to go when things aren't right is when it can get really frustrating. And we lean on each other. I lean on Ricky Warner. He's the best crew chief in the world when it comes to sprint car racing, just with his success and experience. And when he's telling me it's hard for him to understand kind of what's going on, I'm just trying to keep the car clean. And starting in the back of these features is very difficult. The back of these races, the attitude of the car changes so much. And when you start probably 10th on back, and you really have to hit your marks, and when your car isn't handling right, it's really hard to. So my biggest thing when we're in positions like that is to get through the race, understand where the problem really came from. If we unload and we're left rear up, or we're right rear down, or the left front's not dropping, and we start dissecting one of those issues. And it's hard because these you're navigating a 900 horsepower engine here, and if your tires are spinning the whole time, and you can't, all you're trying to do with these 4 tires is get the power to the ground. And when it's not doing that, you don't know what direction to go with it. And what we did tonight is we just went back to basics, and what we know works, and for some reason that works.
Yeah, I was gonna say nobody ever really wants to share their secrets, but I mean it kind of sounds like for you guys the rabbit, the ghost you were chasing was maybe an issue of just getting drive out of the corner, getting the car settled. Traction.
Yeah.
So just getting drive around the speedway, which, I mean, duh, it's dirt racing. Everybody's trying to find that. But would you say you guys have pinpointed what was throwing you for a loop the last couple weeks?
Yeah, I mean, we pinpointed it for tonight.
Yeah.
It could all change tomorrow.
No, it's a moving target.
This sport's crazy. This sport is unbelievable on how things work. And, I think what's big for us is just continue to be consistent, putting ourselves in position like we did tonight, like we've done, 6 other times this year when we've put this thing in victory lane. So it's just got to keep working at it. You can't hang your head in the sport. It's very humbling, that's for sure.
It's a moving target. You guys won tonight, so you're locked into tomorrow as a quick qualifier for the first heat race. $25,000 on the line. Again, I understand it's a moving target. That track changes every lap a car is out there, and it's going to change a lot over the next 24 hours. But how do you feel going into tomorrow night?
I mean, I feel, really good. I feel good because my team allows me to feel confident. They believe in my ability as a race car driver. I believe in them and their grind and their work ethic. I see it every single day. I'm around them every single day, all the time at the race shop, and I see how hard they work on this 24 car, and you know, and that's what it takes to continue to be successful in the sport.
Hey, the good news is you're giving Toby Bell-Bowen lots of content to
Yeah.
edit tonight. Hey, Rico Abreu gets it done for the 6th time in 2025 with Kubota High Limit Racing. He stood in victory lane, Whiskey Myers victory lane. He'll look to do it again tomorrow night for $25,000 and win number 7.
And just like that, we are ready to go downstairs for opening ceremony. So let's go down to TLP. That's Tony Laporta.
Thank you, Chase. We are down here on the inside of the front straightaway in Lucas Oil Speedway as we are ready to kick off night number 3. Can you believe it's flown by, a 3-pack of races here at the Diamond of Dirt Tracks? We have had so much fun, and we know that night number 3 surely has so much more in store for us from what we have seen and enjoyed over these first 2 nights. The crowd continues to fill in here in Wheatland, Missouri, but definitely the best crowd of the weekend so far. So before we get things going, Lucas Oil Speedway, are you guys ready to have some fun tonight? So are we. We are happy and ready to get things going. As we begin opening ceremonies, it's my pleasure to indulge in a bit of a tradition that they enjoy here during weekly racing at the Lucas Oil Speedway. We would like to ask any veterans of the U.S. military who are in attendance with us here tonight, would you please rise and be recognized as we all collectively say thank you for your work and sacrifices here. Something very cool that Lucas Oil Speedway does during the season every year for races out here in Wheatland, Missouri. So again, thank you so much to all of you for your sacrifice and your commitment to the United States of America. We are now ready to begin opening ceremonies officially. At this time, I ask you to please welcome, presenting our nation's colors, ladies and gentlemen, please, a round of applause for the Clinton High School Junior ROTC program. Fans, at this time, if you are not already, we ask that if you're able to please rise as we welcome from Racers for Christ to lead us in tonight's invocation, Jackie Blansett.
Let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we just thank you, Lord, for this beautiful day. I plead the blood of Jesus over all the veterans who are standing today. Watch over them throughout this year, Lord, and our military that's serving us today, Father. Just be with them. Be with the race car drivers, the fans, and the pit crew. Lord, just lift them up. I plead the blood of Jesus over all the cars, that they have a safe trip on the track, Lord. We thank you for it, and we thank you. Be with the FloRacing fans, TV series, the people that's watching. Watch over them, Fathers. We pray in the name of Jesus, and be with everybody that travels with the series. Be with them as they travel to the next racetrack. Watch over them, Lord, and we give you the praise, the honor, and the glory in Jesus' precious name. Amen.
Thank you very much, Jackie. Fans, we ask that you please remain standing as we honor America with the playing of tonight's national anthem. Fans, how about one more round of applause for the Clinton High School Junior ROTC for presenting tonight's colors. All right, Lucas Oil Speedway, talk to me one more time. Are you ready to go sprint car racing? Well, good, because we are too. It's time to wrap up the Diamond Classic. It's time to find out who's going to leave here with $25,000. And that means it's time to go all in with Kubota High Limit Racing.
TJ Forged Heat Race number 1. Drivers already on the racetrack and circling the Lucas Oil Speedway. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for this 8-lap heat race that will transfer the top 6 into the main event. On the front row, you see Dason Pers out of Locust Grove, Oklahoma. He'll start on the pole next to the number 19 of Brett Marks out of Myerstown, Pennsylvania. Inside of row number 2 from Benton, Arkansas, the number 45X is Landon Crawley. And outside of him, last night's feature winner out of St. Helena, California, the 24, Rico Abreu. Row number 3 on the inside, fifth starter from Apollo, Pennsylvania, the 42 is Cy Lynch. And outside of him, another Rookie of the Year contender out of Waco, Texas, the 9R of Chase Randall. Row 4 on the inside, seventh starter from Fredericktown, Missouri, the 79 of Gage Montgomery. And outside of him from Memphis, Tennessee, that's the number 40 of Howard Moore. Row 5 on the inside, ninth starter out of Warrensburg, Missouri, the 12X Cameron Key. And your final starter from Lee's Summit, Missouri, the 15 of Jack Potter. So 3 of the 4 Race Routine Foundation Rookie of the Year contenders here in this heat race. 10 cars, 8 laps. The top 6 finishers will go to the feature with the winner and the fastest qualifier. Under the format tonight, it's as long as Rico Abreu stays in that top 6, he will go to the dash with the heat race winner. Spencer Baston, you may have heard earlier on in the broadcast, he is the High Roller playlist tonight. Let's listen into his first song of the night from Johnny Cash. High Roller playlist for coming to the green flag in heat race number 1, presented by TJ Forged Wheels. We're underway. Good start on the inside of row 2 from Landon Crawley. He's going to make his way by Brett Marks. No, he's not, because Marks goes back around the outside to maintain that second spot down the back straightaway. Dason Persley shoots out with the race lead, looking to make his 3rd dash in 3 nights here at Lucas Oil Speedway. He'll lead lap number 1. Brett Marks runs in that second spot. 3rd is Landon Crawley. 4th is Cy Lynch, and 5th is Rico Abreu. Abreu challenged low now. Here comes the quickest chicken. He'll make his way to the inside. Chase Randall's got 5th through 3 and 4. Rico going to fight back and power back around the outside and take 5th back away across the start-finish line. Up front, though, Dason Persley nice and smooth up around the top side, up against the cushion here. And like I said, 3 dashes in a row. That will be the first time this year that's happened for the young driver to Locust Grove, Oklahoma. And he is pulling away from Brett Marks up front right now. Landon Crawley still running in that 3rd spot. 42 of Cy Lynch in 4th. Then it's Rico Abreu and Chase Randall. Those cars are in the transfer spots, but the caution's going to come out. Got some debris on the track in turn number 2. As you see Trent Hetzer, the Kubota High Limit Racing official, out there on the side-by-side. As we have a yellow with 3 laps completed of 8 here in this affair in the TJ Forged Heat Race. We've got 5 to go. Persley followed by Marks, Crawley, Lynch, Abreu, Randall, the 6 transfers as of right now, Tony.
Yeah, Chase, quick call out to that Billy Vilhauer 12X, Cameron Key. Engine troubles persisted through the first 2 nights. That is actually a rental engine from Ayrton Genitin underneath the hood of the 12X.
All right, we'll see if Cameron Key can put that car into the feature. We're back underway here in TJ Forged Heat Race number 1. Cy Lynch did not get a very good start there. It stacked up the field back behind. That's going to allow that number 12X car to make a move to the inside. Cameron Key side by side for that last transfer spot. Now going to throw a slider at Chase Randall. Up the racetrack, he's got that spot off of turn number 4. Chase Randall crosses him up down the front straightaway, takes the final transfer spot back away. Behind those 2, it's a good battle going on between Howard Moore, Gage Montgomery, and Jack Potter. And now Moore's getting involved. They're going to go 3 wide in turns 3 and 4 for the final transfer spot. Chase Randall still has it, but Howard Moore's now up to 7th. Howard Moore 1 spot out of the final transfer position. Cameron Key fighting back around on the outside, but Howard Moore will drive away down the back straightaway. Howard Moore around the inside of the speedway might have found something off of turn number 4 as he is closing in on the all-by your alternative number 9R. This time by will be the white flag, one to go for Dason Persley. Might have a change for fourth back behind as Rico Aber took a shot at Cy Lynch, couldn't make the pass there. Lynch maintains fourth down the front straightaway. Coming around to the checker this time by a dominating heat race win. Dason Persley's going to the dash once again. He gets the win at TJ Ford's heat race number 1. Brent Marks in second, Landon Crawley third, Cy Lynch fourth, fifth goes to Rico Aber, and sixth will be Chase Randall. So Dason Persley is in the dash for the third straight night with the heat race victory. Brent Marks finishes in second. Third goes to Landon Crawley. Fourth to Cy Lynch. Fifth is Rico Aber. He will also go to the dash. And Chase Randall, the quickest chicken, final transfer in that one. Howard Moore, Cameron Key, Gage Montgomery, Jack Potter. The finishing order in that one. Next on the program, it'll be DMI Racing Components Heat Race number 2, and here is the lineup for this one. On the pole out of Clute, Texas, driving the Fulkins Brothers Trucking Power Plus STC American Table Bargain Bar number 87, it's Aaron Reitzel. And outside of him from Enumclaw, Washington, the Curb Records, Brumo's Collection, Crespin Sanitation, Dakota Custom Builders, Lake Ozark Harley Davidson number 9, Casey Kane. Inside of row number 2, in the third spot, it's car number 3, the driver out of Gravois Mills, Missouri, the Ozark Barge and Dock Wet Steps, High Performance Lubricants, Hibden Gravel entry, that is Ayrton Jenitin. And outside of him, starting in fourth from Indianapolis, Indiana, and the NOS Energy Drink, Spire Motorsports, Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, Brandt Professional Agriculture, Gainbridge, number 7 BC, Sunshine, Tyler Courtney. Starting fifth in this one from Glendale, Arizona, the Pels Tire Service, RF Knox Company, Newman's Racing Engines, XXX DMI, number 1A, Ashton Torgerson. And outside of him from Northport, Florida, in the Global Link, Moxie Sports Advisors, NRC Truck Conversions, Tar Heel Property Group, Easter Metal Signs, number 24D, Danny Sams III. Starting in the 7th spot from Lubbock, Texas, in the Horizon Whiskey, Nice Crete and Landis, ShopTruckParts.com, PhilPools.com, High Performance Lubricants number 5, it's Brenham Crouch. And outside of him from Sand Springs, Oklahoma, in his Highland Racing debut tonight, it's the Branch Event Venue, Hybrid Foundation Service number 19H, Hank Davis. And your final row, starting inside, out of California, Missouri, the Elite Turf, Durdex Industries, Bonine Junction, Blank's Backhoe number 75, Tyler Blank. And your final starter from Fredericktown, Missouri, the number 5B of Corey Bales. That is the lineup for DMI Racing Components Heat Race number 2. DMI Racing Components are built with the precision of skilled machinists and the common sense of winning racers. Located in the heart of central Pennsylvania, you can find them participating in a sport they love every single week. You race, re-race, let's race together. It's DMI Racing Components. Let's check in once again with a song from Spencer Baston's playlist. It's Sabotage from the Beastie Boys on Spencer Baston's playlist. We're coming to the green. DMI Heat Race number 2 is green off of turn number 4. They are 3 wide for second, rolling into turn 1. Ayrton Jenitin down low. Tyler Courtney was in the middle, and now Jenitin's going to make a move to the inside of Casey Kane. Jenitin's up to second now. He started in that third spot, made his way by Sunshine off the start, now gets by Casey Kane. Now starts to pursue the number 87 of Aaron Reitzel. Back behind, they're 3 wide for the final transfer spot. Danny Sams, Ashton Torgerson, and Tyler Blank. Give fifth down to Torgerson. Here comes Tyler Blank. He's going to try and crawl around the bottom of the racetrack to make his way by Danny Sams the third. He will do so down the front straightaway. Tyler Blank now into the final transfer spot. Danny Sams back around the outside. They will go side by side down the back straightaway, and Blank's now got it clear entering turn number 3. Tyler Blank through the middle, might lose some speed there. Yep, Danny Sams back around on the outside. Danny Sams back to P6. Tyler Blank still right there along with Brenham Crouch. Crouch tries to work through the middle of the racetrack. It does not work for him. He hits the wall. Crouch just clobbered the fence down the back straightaway. He keeps on going. No damage to that CJB Motorsports car. Brenham Crouch still running back in the 8th position. Back up front, though, a new change for that third spot as Tyler Courtney goes by the number 9 of Casey Kane. The bottom in turn 2, if you can slow down and hit enough, has a ton of speed down there. Aaron Reitzel up front. His lead is a big one. The last time by 2.7 seconds was the advantage for the Ridge and Sun Racing number 87 car. 2 laps to go for Reitzel. Then it's Ayrton Jenitin, followed by Tyler Courtney, Casey Kane, Ashton Torgerson, and Danny Sams III. Danny Sams trying to hang on to that P6 spot. He has not made a feature at all this week at Lucas Oil Speedway. Does not want to partake in the B-Main. White flag is out one final time in a 3 and 4 for Aaron Reitzel, who has pulled over a straightaway on the field. Reitzel's going to win DMI Racing Components Heat Race number 2. Second will be Ayrton Jennington. Third goes to Tyler Courtney. Fourth to Casey Kane. Fifth to Ashton Torgerson. And sixth will be Danny Sams III. So Aaron Reitzel will be a part of the dash once again. Ayrton Jennington finishes up in second. Tyler Courtney will also go to the dash. Casey Kane fourth. Ashton Torgerson fifth. And the final transfer spot goes to Danny Sams III. Hank Davis, Tyler Blank, Brenham Crouch, and Corey Bales, the rest of the field. In our second heat race, Ayrton Jennington showing some good speed right there in that one, Tony. A second place result means he'll start inside the top 10 in the feature event.
He goes +1 in DMI Heat race number 2, starting third and finishing in second. Now, Ayrton, you've been telling me all day today and yesterday, you and I were going to have a conversation on the front straightaway. I won't use the words you used, but you're really happy with how this number 3 race car is driving. What do you like so much about it?
Well, usually we just kind of suck here when I'm in my own stuff, so just kind of nice to have some good bite and, go forward there in that heat race to get second was pretty good. Should have a good starting spot for the feature here and get a little bit better here and there, and, maybe we can make a charge and stay in the top 10 and probably get a top 5.
Top 10, top 5. The sky's the limit with Missouri's very own Ayrton Jennington. Chase, he says he likes having good bite here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Today, I took a good bite out of my Casey's breakfast sandwich.
You do every day we're here, Tony, so that's not surprising. As we're rolling on to our third heat race of the night, it's brought to you by BR Motorsports. Here is the lineup on the pole. It is the driver from Grass Valley, California, the Napa Auto Parts, Brumos Collection, Durst Incorporated Factory, Kane Lake, Ozark, Harley-Davidson, number 49. It's the Big Cat, Brad Sweet. And outside of him from Marshall, Missouri, the Trimble Real Estate, Majors Construction, Ozark Barge and Dock, Sherville Suspension, number 98P, Miles Paulus. Starting in the third spot from Mounds, Oklahoma, the Arrowhead Electric High Performance Lubricants, Gas Trucking, Maxim Chassis, number 20G, Noah Gas. Outside of him, last night's third place finisher from Minden, Nevada, the JST Motorsports, the Ritual, Smith Titanium Factory, Kane, Maxima Racing Oils, number 88, Tanner Thorson. And starting inside of row number 3, the fifth starter out of Monrovia, Indiana, the Skagit Speedway Race Redeem Foundation for Performance, Hager Realty, number 26, Justin Peck. Outside of him from Odessa, Missouri, the Design Source Flooring, Motorhaven, Schnee Lawson Chassis, TNT Equine, number 74, Xavier Doney. And starting inside of row number 4, the DJ of the night from Lebanon, Indiana, it is the Sander Engineering, Four Seas Construction, Townley, Autry Plumbing, Sincal Demolition, number 14, it's Spencer Baston. And outside of him from Tulsa, Oklahoma, in the Bob Hurley RV X9 Chassis, Outlaw Wings, Rainbow Nut Butter, number 22, M. Reese Moran. And your final starter from Odessa, Missouri, the Rusty Nail Lawn Care, Dirtex Industries, Superior Lawns, Pro Lube, number 93, Taylor Walton. Coming to the green this time by, it is BR Motorsports, heat race number 3. 6 more cars going to the feature, 2 more going to the dash. Green lights come on, and it looks like Brad Sweet will get the best of the battle between himself and Miles Paulus. They roll into turn 1. Tanner Thorson up to third. He's made his way by the number 20G of Noah Gas. Now Justin Peck going to try and make a move to the inside of Thorson. They got very close in turn 3. Justin Peck up to that third spot. Now Noah Gas fighting back to the outside of Tanner Thorson. Thorson now gets the cushion in turn number 1 and looks to track back down the Skagit Speedway number 26 of Justin Peck. Noah Gas runs in 5th. Then behind them, it's a side-by-side battle for the final transfer spot. Give it to Spencer Baston down the front straightaway. Tanner Thorson slings the car into the top of the racetrack in turns 1 and 2. In pursuit of Justin Peck, and they both appear to be closing in on Miles Paulus. Justin Peck to the bottom, tries to slide up the racetrack, doesn't get there in time. Paulus hangs on to second across the line. Now Tanner Thorson to the left here. They nearly bang wheels down there into turn 1. Justin Peck still has the spot. Back behind, great battle for the final transfer spot. Give it to Xavier Doney. He makes his way by Spencer Baston into turn 3. Xavier Doney down on the bottom, Spencer Baston on the top. They go side by side across the line. They nearly got together at the end of the front straightaway right there. Xavier Doney nice and patient on the inside of the racetrack. Spencer Baston has the right rear drilled into the cushion up front though. Justin Peck takes second away. Miles Paulus back to the inside. He takes second back away. Good racing all the way throughout the field here in heat race number 3. Tanner Thorson on the back bumper of Peck, rolling back into the third corner. Up front, it is all about Brad Sweet with 2 laps to go. Spencer Baston now back up to 6th. Xavier Doney trying to find some late race magic here in this one. He is very good off the inside of turn 2. Spencer Basin goes low. The white flag is out for Brad Sweet. Basin slipped on the racetrack. Here comes Doney down the front stretch. Reese Moran right there as well. Doney with a slider into turn 1. The final transfer spot up for grabs. Doney's got it now. Basin back to the inside down the back stretch. Checkered is out. Brad Sweet gets the win. Second goes to Miles Paulus. Third to Justin Peck. Fifth to Tanner. Fourth to Tanner Thorson. Fifth to Noah Gass. And at the line, Spencer Basin is going to hang on to the final transfer spot after an incredible battle between himself, Xavier Doney, and Reese Moran. But Brad Sweet gets the win. He is going to the dash. Miles Paulus second, Justin Peck third, Tanner Thorson in fourth. He will go to the dash as well. Noah Gass, Spencer Basin round out the 6 transfers. Xavier Doney, Reese Moran, and Taylor Walton the rest of the field. That may have been one of the best heat races we've had all season long right there here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Sure, Brad Sweet won by a little ways, but the race for second, the race for the final transfer spot, fantastic. And the guy that finishes second in that one is the monster, Miles Paulus.
Good qualifying in Capital Custom Trailers, qualifying for the driver here of the 98 out of Marshall, Missouri. 6th quick in time trials, and then you find yourself up there battling with a couple of dogs like Justin Peck and Tanner Thorson. How much do you learn in moments like that where you're also trying to achieve as high of a result as you can in the heat?
Man, it's wonderful racing with them guys. It teaches you what you can do. You know, they push you as hard as they can, and yeah, you just really got to get up on the wheel and drive it. But first off, I want to say thank you to all my wonderful sponsors, because I wouldn't be here without them. Majors Contract Construction is on the side of this, or should be, but we changed cars and ran out of time. But hats off to them, and man, I don't know what to say. I'm pretty pumped up.
You should be pumped up. How about it, Lucas Oil Speedway? Are you pumped up for Miles Paulus locking in tonight?
Nice run by Miles Paulus. As Tony mentioned, was fast in qualifying. He was fast in hot laps too, and then ends up second there in that heat race. He will start inside the top 10 in tonight's 35-lap, $25,000 to win feature here at the Diamond Classic. We'll find out after these commercials on Flow who starts where in tonight's FK Rodden's Dash.
I'm Cy Lynch. Be sure to watch Kubota High Limit Racing on FloRacing.
Since their 2001 inception, DMI Racing Components have changed the game. From open-wheel suspension, steering, and driveline components to their line of Bulldog quick-change rears, they set the new standard for innovation, performance, and value. DMI and Bulldog products are backed by the best customer support in the industry with more than 150 years of race-winning experience. Let our experience help guide you to victory lane. We race, you race. Let's race together.
Introducing the My Kubota app. With My Kubota, connecting with your local dealer is easier than ever. Find them with just a tap and contact them quickly for any assistance you need. Access comprehensive resources like how-to guides, owner's manuals, fault codes, maintenance schedules, and more. Everything you need to keep your Kubota running smoothly. Download the app today.